I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I recorded this entire video and my mic was muted. Can you believe it? A fucking light up mic for this exact reason. And I still somehow have it muted and don't realize.
Back in November of 2022, so almost a whole year ago, crazy timing, I made a video about some girl on TikTok that was going to make cheese using her vagina. This girl documented her adventures about the cheese, and actually at the time of me making that video, she was very early into making this, so I don't really know if she actually accomplished it. This might as well just be a fucking update video. I think the last thing that I saw was that she was getting actual death threats.
And if you think that I'm wild for making cheese out of my genital microbiome, like, imagine the people that are sending death threats over cheese.
You know, you might be wondering to yourself, why the fuck are you talking about this shit again? There's literally no point. But okay, there is a point. Amouranth. If you don't know who Amouranth is, she is a person on the internet who, I mean, there's not really another way to say it. She shows her boobs on the internet. And I guess if you want like a fun fact, because I think fun facts are awesome. Fart jars. I forgot about that. Yeah, there we go. That's another fun fact. Fart jars. I was reminded of that cheese girl because I think a couple days ago, Amouranth said that a beer company contacted her so that she could make vagina beer, basically. So that's why I'm talking about it. This just adds more lore to my YouTube channel. After looking at the person's website, it seems like it's basically the same process as like the girl that tried to make the cheese on TikTok explained it, and I also explained it in that video, but I'm gonna explain it again because my voice sounds like absolute ass in that video, so I'll just explain it. Basically, one, she would get a test sample from her vagina, I mean, duh, and then she would put it on a plate, you know those plates that they use in like science labs or whatever. She would smear it all over there, and then you would also put samples onto other plates, and then you would see if there's a bacteria called lactobacilli, because that is like the main component of this entire thing. And then once you have that, I guess it's just success, just cash money. Looking at the dude's website too, it seems like it has the same similar concepts. They isolate it, tested for the absence of other bacteria and viruses, thus allowing the growth of only lactobacilli bacteria. See, I'm an expert at this shit. And then they use that bacteria, the lactobacilli, and use it to produce the pure lactic acid that goes into the yoni beer. So while looking at the special beer website, you know, the probably the most interesting thing about this is that this dude has like an entire lore section of like the creation of this type of beer. So honestly, I gotta give him credit for being slightly creative. So now that we're just on the topic of fucking cheese vagina or beer vagina or whatever the fuck, I think I might as well just update about the cheese girl from TikTok. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it went from either shit wasn't working out or just part of the original plan, but I was just too early to it, or I just missed it. She made the lactobacilli into like a yogurt liquidish type of thing.
Let's make some freaking coochie cheese. So we're going to add a gallon of milk to this giant pot. We're going to add some calcium chloride, and then we're going to heat it up to about 88. Once it hits 88, we're going to add our yogurt culture that has our nasty smelling lactobacilli. Then we're going to mix it all up.
So after she finally did her entire thing of making the cheese, she went ahead and bought like a bunch of other cheeses, which actually, this is a whole other topic in itself. I did not know the cheese game was this fucking deep. I found out the other day that like, and people are really into like this cheese shit. Like people buy cheeses to like combine with their wines and alcohol and all that. I didn't fucking know that. So they got like pieces of cheese. They made like legitimate cheese from their fucking vagina. I'm genuinely surprised that she actually managed to do it. She takes a big ass chunk while her friend takes like a small ass nibble.
It tastes like very bland at first.
So yeah, the TikTok girl made the cheese. She successfully did it. Wow. I'm just saying that some fucking e-girl is gonna see that shit and they're completely gonna rip her fucking idea and they're gonna make a fuck ton of money from that. It's just inevitable. Like the beer thing is like really close to it, but I'm just waiting for someone to just completely yoink the fucking idea. That's the end of the video. If you liked the video, if you could genuinely understand it and think I did a good job, you could drop a like, or you could drop down a comment and be saying, what the fuck are you talking about, you absolute idiot?